Head On, brought to you by TJSB Bank.
नमस्कार. आयच्या ह्या खासा एपिसोडात तुमकां सगळ्यांक येवकार. आज आमचे बरोबर असे गेस्ट आसात जांची हांवें वळख करून दिवपाची गरज ना. ते गोंयकार आनी तांकां कोंकणी जरी तितली समजली नासली तरी ते मनांतल्यान सामके गोंयकार अशे देशांतले एक नामनेचे जर्नलिस्ट, TV टुडे नेटवर्काचे कन्सल्टिंग एडिटर आनी जांचें नवें पुस्तक 2014 द इलेक्शन दॅट चेंज्ड इंडिया हें सद्याक बेस्ट सेलर जाला. ताचे लेखक राजदीप सरदेसाय. सर, वेलकम टू द शो. The first thing is that did you expect this kind of response to the book?
No, I didn't. You can show the book also.
Yeah.
The book has become a bestseller very quickly, which is good. In fact, in Delhi, it is ahead of Sachin Tendulkar's book also. So it's good. I appreciate. One appreciates that people have appreciated the book. आनंद वाटतो एका प्रमाणे की लोकांना पुस्तक आवडले. So from that point of view, it is very personally satisfying.
Although you have explained it in the book, why write a book on a single election? What was so catchy about this election?
No, I think it was catchy because of the personality involved. Narendra Modi had captured the imagination of large number of people. Rahul Gandhi versus Narendra Modi was classic contest. It was like almost like a contest that you would do when you think of a film script. One is the tough man who has come from the grassroots, other person is from a privileged family, rich family. So it was a classic contest, and it was an important historical election in the manner in which the first non-Congress majority government was elected.
Yeah. The title says the election that changed India. Do you seriously feel that election has changed India?
I think the title is a bit of a marketing. I don't think India has changed. India has the potential to change. India can change. As a result of this election result, some changes may take place in India. So it could change India.
6 months down the line, after the formation of the new government, how are you analyzing Modi?
No, I think Modi is still a work in progress. We still are. I think Modi is also learning. He is also having to learn a little bit, because part of him wants to run India like he was running Gujarat as a one-man show. But I think slowly he is going to have to change that. So he's a work in progress. You cannot assess somebody in 6 months. He's full of ideas, full of energy, very engaged. But he needs to somewhere also realize that you can't only do marketing. You also have to back up your marketing with performance.
The honeymoon period is over?
No, honeymoon in India lasts long time. So honeymoon will last for a few more months. After a few more months, I think after the budget of February 2015, then I think people will look at, is the economy recovering? The biggest challenge for Mr. Modi or any leader today is to make sure the economy recovers, which means manufacturing has to return. People have to start getting jobs.
Correct.
That is the real challenge.
In your book also, when you wrote about Godhra, I think there was more discussion on Godhra and parts that you have written about Godhra. Many accused you of giving benefit of doubt to Modi. Is it a benefit of doubt, or it's a neutral assessment?
No, I know that people are saying that that I've given benefit of doubt. No, I've said this government is incompetent, that the government did not perform up to standards. But if you say that was Modi responsible for Godhra, did he orchestrate the riots? There I am not willing to give you can call it benefit of doubt, but there is no evidence that I have that Modi orchestrated Gujarat riots. I have evidence to show that Modi was incompetent. I have evidence to show that Modi did not, that Modi could have acted firmly, did not act firmly. Now, does that mean that Modi is responsible for the riots? That's where the question mark is.
But you still feel that Praveen Togadia was a bigger villain in that whole scenario?
I think Praveen Togadia was the bigger villain in the context of the violence on the street. But Narendra Modi was the Chief Minister of Gujarat. As Chief Minister, he has to take responsibility. Mr. Modi cannot avoid responsibility as Chief Minister of Gujarat.
The chapter about Rahul, you have called him prisoner of family legacy. Was he really a prisoner? Is that word prisoner? Why that word prisoner?
Because I don't think he really wants to be in politics. I think he wants to break free and do something else. He is forced to be in politics because he is Sonia Gandhi's son, because he is Rajiv Gandhi's son, because he is Indira Gandhi's grandson, because he is Jawaharlal Nehru's great-grandson. That's why he is a prisoner.
In that context, if that is your assessment, then what is the way out for Congress? Can Congress have a non-Gandhi leadership? Can that non-Gandhi leadership evolve within Congress?
I don't think it can evolve right away, but if they have one more electoral defeat, then yes. After 5 years, 10 years, yes. But as of today, the Congress still needs the Gandhi family. The Gandhi family holds the Congress together. So the Gandhi family is both asset and liability for Congress. So long as Rahul Gandhi is there, I don't see the Congress recovering dramatically. But at the same time, you need a Gandhi to lead the Congress.
Considering the numbers, would you say that this is the end of coalition era?
No.
Or this is just that one-off election where
we don't know.
Wave.
Yeah, I think we'll have to wait to see one more election before we can say it's the end of coalition era, because nothing in India is permanent. Neither is Narendra Modi permanent, nor is single party rule permanent. Who knows 5 years, 10 years from now what will happen? Times will change.
Narendra Modi is a man who was Chief Minister of Gujarat, a regional settler, became the Prime Minister of India. And now if we look at the BJP ruled state, he is trying to practically have chief ministers who will be obedient to him. So a regional man becoming a Prime Minister and then trying to establish his control over all the states. Is there a bigger irony in this?
No, I think that is the future. I think you could well have people who emerge from states, do well in their states, and then get positions at the center. That used to happen in the past. Now it is again happening. Parrikar is a good example. Mr. Parrikar has been made defense minister because of his performance as Goa chief minister. He is still lost in Delhi, but people have faith that he will be able to deliver in Delhi because he has done a good job in Goa.
But don't you think that when he is doing this, he is also trying to indirectly control the states by putting puppet chief ministers?
Who are the puppet chief ministers? Only in Anandiben Patel in his own state he has put a puppet chief minister at the moment.
Not in Maharashtra.
In Maharashtra, I don't think Devendra Fadnavis is a puppet chief minister. Devendra Fadnavis is there because Modi believes he can bring some energy to the BJP. So I don't think it's puppet chief ministers everywhere. I don't know about Goa, but certainly that you have to answer whether Parsekar is a puppet chief minister or not of Mr. Parrikar. But certainly I would say by and large, I would not use words like puppet chief minister.
Considering his overall persona, do you think that idea of federalism will be protected in these 5 years, or there will be one-man show, including when it comes to the state matters?
Look, I think it's difficult again to predict today whether there will be one-man show, but I think at the center, certainly Narendra Modi wants to make it a one-man show. He is going to have to realize that you can't run India as a one-man show. So, Mr. Modi's challenge is to change himself a little bit and change the way he manages situations. He has to work with a team, cannot be about an individual.
The second thing is, considering this overall trend, can you see a rise of high command culture within BJP? You might not call it high command, but
no, there is a high command today. Narendra Modi is the high command. He is like Amitabh Bachchan in the film industry in the 1970s. Amitabh Bachchan was number 1 to 10. Nobody else was known. Similarly, in BJP today, you only know Modi. Nobody wants any other leader to come and even give speeches. It is a bit like Indira Gandhi in the Congress in 70s. That time everybody wanted only Indira. Indira could give votes. Today Modi can deliver votes. People are looking at Modi as someone who can deliver votes. And Modi has a high command culture today in the BJP. All decisions are taken by Modi and Amit Shah. This is the new high command of the BJP.
In that scenario, where does that leave RSS?
I think that's a good question, because the RSS at the end of the day believes that it controls the BJP. But Narendra Modi cannot be controlled even by the RSS in my view. And somewhere at some stage there will be some kind of a tension, as there was in Gujarat. In Gujarat at some stage there was a tension between RSS, VHP and Modi. Modi won the battle. Will he win the battle in Delhi also? That is the big question mark. But there is tension. There will be tension at some stage because of the kind of person Modi is. In my book also I mentioned.
Yes, absolutely.
That Sarsang Chalak says that my biggest worry is once Modi becomes Prime Minister, next he will also want to be Sarsang Chalak.
Who will win this battle, considering the history of RSS and BJP?
No, I think what may happen is that certain areas will be left for RSS, like education, like culture. There Modi will not interfere. He will allow the RSS to have its space. Like this Sadhvi Niranjan, she was made because the RSS put pressure. So certain ministers, certain areas, Modi will give RSS some space. But politically, he will take charge. On all political issues, he will not, because RSS, for example, wanted an alliance with Shiv Sena. Modi overruled them. So I think certain areas Modi will control, certain areas there may be a division in power.
Where do you think the loyalties of BJP cadre lie today? To the brand Modi or to the RSS?
The new cadre, the younger cadre to brand Modi. The senior leaders more towards RSS. But the younger, newer politicians all want, they want Modi. Ukta Suraj, he is the rising sun. Ukta Suraj ko sab namaskar karte hain. Modi is the Ukta Suraj.
You were very dejected with the role of media during the campaign phase. What were the main reasons behind it, and have you got over the hangover?
No, I have got over it. That is I have got over it a long time ago. But I think the media has to realize that we have to question politicians. We don't have to take selfies with politicians. Modi organizes Diwali function. Editors are rushing to take photograph with Modi instead of asking him questions. Our job is to ask questions. Modi takes no questions, no press conference. So journalists are becoming like cheerleaders of Modi. That is my worry, of any leader.
Why do you think that has happened?
I think because, I think we have, I guess, we think Modi is also TRP. We also want to be close to the big leader. We also want benefits from the big leader. It also happened when the Congress was there for a while with Sonia Gandhi. Nobody asked questions to Sonia Gandhi also. So I think we have lost the capacity to ask questions because journalists themselves, and also I would blame the way managements are and proprietors, they all want to be on the right side of Modi. No one wants to antagonize him. Who knows, tomorrow you will need him.
So is this about the moral compass of a journalist, or is this about moral compass of a proprietor or a
both promoter, proprietors and journalists all have to ask themselves these questions. Why are they not asking? Why are they becoming cheerleaders? They all have to ask this question, not just journalists.
The next thing is the corporate controlling the media. Do you think this is a new or a fierce trend with the advent of Modi, or this has always been there and now it is more visible?
You know, I think it has always been there. It's not as if corporates have not been involved in the media. All the big media houses are in a sense business houses. What is now happening is it is happening openly. And I think that corporates are entering the media not because they want to promote good journalism, but because they want to use the media for other agendas, whether they are their business agendas, their political agendas. So that is the worry that I have.
Yes, in your book also you mentioned about that Google Hangout with Arvind Kejriwal. Do you think that tolerance level of the promoters is decreasing day by day?
It depends. It varies from promoters to promoters. If a promoter's business is media, then he has higher tolerance because he needs to ensure that that business flourishes. If he has other business interests, that is when the conflict of interest comes. So I think it is not as if all business houses are bad for media. You need money at the end of the day in this industry. The question is the kind of people who enter it.
In those scenarios, what should a journalist do? You prefer to part ways, quit. Yeah. What is the best way? What is the best way for a journalist? Till what level he can battle it out? Until what level he can say, okay, I give up?
It is for each journalist to decide. Some journalists may choose what I did, others may decide to battle it out. Depends on how much you want to compromise, what your belief in journalism is. So it is for each journalist to decide. But I think everyone has a Lakshman Rekha, and that varies from journalist to journalist.